Hey guys, what's going on? Jeb here, and in today's video, we're going to be doing a little bit of technical analysis on Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency markets, and more specifically, we're going to be talking about these two red candlesticks that have formed here on the daily chart for Bitcoin, because if you guys have been watching the videos over the last week or so, you'll see that I've been talking about Bitcoin entering and being in a new rally, and indeed, by all three measures I used to decide whether or not Bitcoin is indeed rallying, all three of them said yes, but over the last 24 hours or so, two of them have turned from bullish, saying we're in a rally, to either neutral or bearish, saying we're no longer in a rally. So that leaves us with the question, is Bitcoin still in a rally? Is Bitcoin rallying? Is the rally over? Has the rally failed? And will the rally come back if it has done so? We're going to be discussing all of that and more in today's video. So without much further ado, let's go ahead and get right into it. Bitcoin is currently trading at around $6,361 and some change, down a little bit from where it was at a recent high up here around $6,500. We've definitely seen a little bit of a bearish move here. Not a very big one, only about 2%, but a 2% move is a big one lately for Bitcoin, considering the sideways trading that we've seen come out of the market over the last couple of months. Now, we will be doing some more technical analysis on Bitcoin here in just a second, but I do want to go ahead and do the crypto market recap here on CoinMarketCap before we get into the video. And there's a couple of different things that we want to discuss here. One of them shows up in the altcoins, but a lot of it has to do with change over the last 24 hours. As we can see, across all exchanges, Bitcoin is trading at almost exactly $6,400 at the time of recording this video, with a rather healthy daily volume of around $4.5 billion. I'm quite happy to see that. I talked about in yesterday's video, which you can watch in the top right if you are not viewing during the premiere. If you're viewing during the premiere, say hi to me. I will be in the chat. But I talked about in that video how it was very important that Bitcoin has high volume because it increases liquidity and it makes the space overall more healthy. Not going to get into that in today's video, but I did want to point out that volume is doing rather well today. Bitcoin is down by about 1.35% over the last 24 hours. And if we sort by that change over the last 24 hours, we can see Revin is up, I believe it's pronounced Revin, is up by 10% over the last 24 hours, and we see it's trading at around 20 cents. Not a bad day for it, but it is a rather bad day for the rest of the cryptocurrency markets, because as you can see, we don't have to scroll down very far to see all of the green here today. If I zoom out a little bit, we can probably fit it all into one screen. In fact, right there, we can see that that's basically all of the green today. Not a whole lot of green coming into the market today. We do see quite a bit of red, and some of it is a deep red. It's a little bit deeper of a red than we saw yesterday. Bitcoin isn't doing as bad today as it did yesterday, but it seems the altcoin markets aren't doing that well. Eternal token, like I said, eternally seems to be at either the top or the bottom of this list, and basic attention token seems to be taking all of the attention, sitting down here at negative 19%. I told you guys I'm going to make a pun every single time I can, and I'm not going to back down on that. You guys are just going to have to live through it. Anyway, Ethereum is currently trading at around $210, down by about 2% over the last 24 hours, and if we scroll down here to the altcoin markets, that's not what I meant to click, then we can see that Stellar has actually usurped EOS for the number 5 position, changing the order of the actual top 5 cryptocurrencies here a little bit. That very well may not last. That might just be an outlier because Stellar is up today while EOS is down. You could say Stellar is having a stellar day, shooting up to the moon like a rocket ship. I like puns, guys, I'm sorry. But EOS isn't doing very well. This very well may switch back. As you can see, they're only ahead of, Stellar's only ahead by about $2 million. That little flippening may be very temporary, in the same way that we've seen XRP temporarily flip Ethereum several times here this year, and really about a dozen times over the last couple of months. Anyway, I do believe that's everything that we wanted to discuss on CoinMarketCap, so let's go ahead and get back on into the technical analysis where there are no puns. You guys are safe for now. Anyway, like I talked about in the beginning of the video, there are three major technical indicators that I use to determine whether or not Bitcoin is rallying, and all three of them show up on the daily chart. One of them has to do with the MACD, and as we can see right now, MACD is currently bullish. MACD is a lagging indicator, though, and that will probably not be bullish for long. I'll discuss MACD in a little bit more detail in a second and why I use it for rallying, but for right now, just know that MACD is currently bullish. The other main thing that I use is not RSI. That's not what I meant to do. One of the other things I use is the actual 20 exponential moving average, and I like to see Bitcoin above the 20 exponential moving average. When Bitcoin is above the 20 EMA, that's another point in the favor of rallying. And the third one has to do with Heikin Ashi, which is a type of candlestick. If you come here and click Heikin Ashi, when Heikin Ashi is green, and especially if it's been green for a couple of days, I take that as a telltale indicator for a rally, and you can gauge the strength of the rally based on whether it has bottom wicks down here. I can't get into what Heikin Ashi goes into in today's video and how to break that down. I have a whole video on Heikin Ashi in the course. Actually, I have 2 of them in the course. If you guys are interested in that, there's a link to check that out in the description down below. But those are the 3 different ways that I use to determine whether or not Bitcoin is in a rally. I'm going to go ahead and close RSI right here. Those are the 3 things that I use to determine whether whether or not Bitcoin is in a rally. And if you watched a couple videos ago, I believe it was the video before yesterday, it may have been yesterday's video, I'll link whichever video it is in the top right. I talked about how all three of those were bullish. I talked about how MACD was green, MACD was bullish, I should say, the histogram was pointing up. We saw that Heikin-Ashi was green, and we saw that Bitcoin was above the 20 daily exponential moving average on both charts. Two of those have broken down. Heikin-Ashi is now red, and the 20 exponential moving average is now above us. We are now below the 20 exponential moving average. That means two of those three indicators of whether or not we're in a rally have failed. They've turned bearish or neutral. There's not necessarily bearish, but they've turned more to the neutral side or to the bearish side. They're no longer indicating that we are in a rally. So what that means for the time being is that we were in a rally for a few days, and it is now basically over. What I like to do is give it about 24 to 48 hours to see if it's just a little fake out. Sometimes I like to give it a little bit of time to see if we're going to have a bounce here. Maybe the rally isn't totally over, but if we stay down here and stay bearish on the 20 exponential moving average and Heikin-Ashi for another couple of days, I would be very inclined to say that the rally is over. So what I want to see from here is I want to see Bitcoin garner support down here a little bit over $6,300. I don't really want to see Bitcoin go below $6,300, but 6,250 is really the level to be looking at. This uptrend of support right here is very important. You guys, if you've watched any video from me in the last month or so, you'll probably have seen me talking about this uptrend, as that's the uptrend that constitutes the trend for Bitcoin to make consecutive higher lows here over the last couple of months. So long as Bitcoin is above that, I am bearish in the medium term for the next couple of months. I want to see Bitcoin stay above that, but for right now, this short-term rally seems to at least be on a hiatus or is more than likely over, because it doesn't seem that we're going to be getting any kind of bounce here. If we do, like I said, and you see those three indicators turn back to green, then the rally is continuing. But for right now, it doesn't seem like we're going to get back there in the next couple of days. So for right now, it seems like the rally is basically over. Anyway, tell me in the comment section down below what you guys think about that. Do you guys think the rally is over? Do you guys think the rally is on a hiatus? Do you think the rally is having a little short-term pullback and garnering support for the bulls so that we can continue going north, so that we can garner strength for the bulls, perhaps I should say? What do you guys think? I'm interested, as always, to hear your opinions in the comment section down below. There are a few more things that we want to discuss in today's video. There's not a whole lot to discuss in today's video. I do want to go ahead and zoom into the hourly chart and show you guys what's going on here, because we're basically seeing a couple of Bart Simpson patterns, as you guys have probably seen so many times this year. We saw one kind of jump up here. That wasn't a Bart Simpson because we didn't come straight down. But we did kind of see one coming over here. We jumped up and then traded sideways and came straight down. If any of you guys have heard the term Bart Simpson and didn't know what that means, I didn't really, the first time I heard that, I was like, what the hell are people talking about? A Bart Simpson pattern is basically just this. We see the market come up here, trade sideways, and then fall back down. It looks kind of like Bart Simpson. You got the little, you got the head, you got the dude, and then you got a little bully kid. Anyway, that's basically what a Bart Simpson pattern is, and that's what we saw here. And that is really characterized by low volume and low volatility, low interest, low liquidity in a market. You see that kind of thing show up a lot on cryptocurrency markets, especially because they trade all day, every day, all day, every day. They trade every single day, all day, and that means that there are very low liquidity times, especially in regional exchanges that aren't used globally, that are a lot of times during the nighttime, there's not a lot of liquidity. The order books are very thin, and you see these massive little rallies, and then they get erased the next day. And sometimes you also see the inverse, where you see it just go down and then jump back up. You see that kind of stuff happen a lot, and that's kind of what we've seen happen here over the last couple of days. We saw a couple of little massive jump ups to get us up here, and now we've had a couple of big old one candlestick fall offs here over the last couple of days, and we're back down here to where we were. It does look at the time being like we're setting a little bit of support, and we're probably going to trend a little bit upward here. We'll probably see something happen like this, where we saw a little bit of an uptrend right there. Probably isn't going to be anything major. Like I said, I'm expecting to see Bitcoin pull back a little bit lower, probably to $6,300. Don't get that backwards. I set a wrong level in yesterday's video. I don't want to do that again. But we probably will see Bitcoin pull back to about $6,300. Once we might not pull back that far, guys. I think we're going to garner support somewhere in between where we are now and this uptrend of support. Somewhere around there, we should be seeing some kind of bounce that will hopefully see Bitcoin either continue trending sideways or start trending upwards a little bit. I do think we're coming into the end of this accumulation phase, coming into the next several months. I say the end of the accumulation phase. I think we're probably at least past the halfway point now, guys. We're definitely going to see what happens with that as time continues to go on. Anyway, I also want to talk about the shorts chart, because there's something rather bearish there's something bearish coming out of the shorts chart that I discussed in yesterday's video, and I want to discuss it again. And it's actually the fact that shorts are going down. you wouldn't think that that's concerning, but there's one thing that concerns me about it, and that is that shorts are so very low right now that these kind of charts, shorts charts, they tend to be almost oscillator charts. They tend to oscillate back up and up and down, up and down, up and down. They tend to do that kind of motion that you normally don't just see them stay down here in a trough for very long, and if they do, eventually you're going to see some kind of jump up. And what we've seen recently is we've seen shorts just fall off a cliff right here. Guys, that dude's not getting his clothing back. I don't know where they went, and neither does he, but the point is that Bitcoin has had a lot of shorts erased from it, and we're sitting very, very low down here on the shorts chart. And what does that mean? It means we're probably going to see some kind of bounce in the shorts eventually, guys, and we're probably going to see shorts start to trend upwards again from here, probably in the next week or so. And if Bitcoin continues this little downtrend that it's in for the next couple of weeks, and we see shorts continue to jump, that could exacerbate the problem, and push Bitcoin even further below this uptrend of support right here. That is something that I would not like to see happen, but what we've seen come out of the shorts chart over the last several months is that the shorts have been moving in very quick, erratic ways, and what I would not like to see happen is for shorts to jump back up to the moon, up here to $40,000, and push Bitcoin below some key levels of support, which we're not very far away from at the time being. That was one of the reasons why I was actually pretty happy with where the shorts were, and I wasn't covering them that much, because when they were sitting up here, it wasn't likely that they were going to go much higher, because short all-time high on Bitfinex was up here around 40,000, so I was perfectly content to see them that high, because that meant that the only real direction we could go was in a good bullish one for the market, which would see shorts being erased. Right now, since we're sitting down here, for shorts to double and return to $40,000 may have some very bad impacts on the may have a very negative impact on the market, because to open a short, of course, you have to sell a position, which puts selling pressure on the market and could push us below levels of support. I would not like to see that happen. Tell me in the comment section down below if you think that is a scenario that very well may play out. I don't think it will, guys. I think these two levels of support, this uptrend of support right here, and especially $6,000 are defended very, very well. They've proven themselves time and time and time again this year. And not only has 6,000 proved itself as a level of support because we've come down here and tested it so many times, the fact that we haven't needed to come down and test it is very bullish to me. The fact that we pulled down here that time and then we didn't even come down to it here, and then right over here we didn't even actually get all the way down to it, and we didn't need to go down here and breach it to test it like we did over here, indicates a lot of bullishness, and it indicates a lot of strength in that level of support, and I'm very, very happy with it. Like I've talked about in many videos, guys, I think Bitcoin's going to trade sideways here basically for the next several months, moving on into the very beginning of 2019, and I think we're going to see a new bull run start sometime in the first 3 months of 2019. Anyway, guys, I know this was a shorter video. There's not a whole lot to talk about in the market, but I did want to go ahead and give you guys an update so you know what is going on. I do hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy the video and you do want to learn how to do technical analysis, there's a link to check out CT2A, the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy, in the description down below. There's going to be 5 new videos releasing to that in under a week, probably about a week from today. I'm not going to give an exact day, but when that gets closer, I will be giving you guys an exact day. One day after those videos go live, the price for the course is going to be increasing from $99 to $149, so you guys might want to go ahead and get in on the course before the price increases. You'll be getting all the same content nonetheless, but you might just want to get in and save yourself some money. I'm perfectly happy if you guys want to pay more money for the course, but I just figured I'd give you guys the courtesy of letting you know that before it actually happens. Anyway, guys, that's going to do it for this video. I do want to thank each and every single one of you for watching as always, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.